so right. But you know, let me just say something. They put these events in the last minute, and it's incredible. Or four or five or 10,000 people show up, and um, you're totally right. If we could organize this out, I've spoken at many conventions, and they have a year to plan in advance for 10,000 people showing up, and there's not much that they miss when they've got a year to plan to it. But when you've got 5 days to tell people Dr. Paul's going to show up at your university, and yep, a lot of things fall through the cracks, and we should be raising money at these big events. You're totally right. There's a lot that's fallen through the cracks. A lot of people have talked about that in the campaign. Stephen Liberty is saying, oh, he's saying Doug Weed's live on Ustream or whatever it is. Yep. And Linda Angst, some of you guys need to get a grip. You got yourself all worked up over some rumor and are angry for no good reason. Stop being disrespectful. Thank you, Linda. And Austin Johnner, I had to say something to Linda here. Austin Johnner, and then John Peterson. Here's the announcement. Ron Paul's considering a third-party run, though he will still fight through to the convention. There, I said it. No. John, I wish. And Kristen Hall likes this. Well, Ron Clement. By the way, Ron Clement's got a picture up there of Goofy. Really, you made me wait this long for something I already knew. Well, we weren't waiting to tell you something you already knew. We had to wait until this happened before we could ask for your help for some of these other projects. If we had asked for it earlier, if we'd have talked early about what we were doing in some of these states, there was a real possibility that our rivals would come into the campaign and shut down Nevada and shut down Maine and stop it from happening. So we wanted to wait till Maine and Nevada was over before I talked to you about this. And so that's the reason for the delay. Sorry. Another comment from Linda, and Greg likes this. Jeffrey Wheatley. Binding is not a dilemma anymore. See update. They're here for rules related to abstaining. Yes, you can abstain. Doug Wead joined Stossel in predictions, something big next week. Peace, liberty. So I'm going to try to, we've got just a few minutes before this is over. I'm going to go up and try to refresh this page. Corey, how are we?
Doing really good, actually. We have over 1,500 viewers back and forth. And it seems to be holding up pretty good.
Delegate abstains. So can we get clear about delegates abstaining their votes? Okay, we'll try to get some more information and get it back to you on this. And Aaron Zakaria, Doug, could you please comment on this discussion about, I'm not reading the rest of this. Let me click on it so I can see the rest. About Rule 38. Youth for Paul. Boy, the Youth for Paul have done so good. John, and I just mentioned it in the previous, mentioned the answer to that in the previous comment. John Yohan, Doug, how can we help? What's the plan? You can help us if we just need 20 or 30 people to help us with SEO. John, if you want to do that, it would be much appreciated. Just write to dougwead@gmail.com. It's DOUGWEAD @gmail.com. Put SEO in the subject bar so we know that you want to help us. And we will give you some things to promote by building links to them that will help us promote positive sites. If you're a delegate, you can help us by letting us know you're a delegate, because the campaign has a count, but they're they're coming in every day. So don't wait to let us know if you got elected delegates somewhere, please. Doug, can you explain why all the campaign events on Ron Paul's site have been canceled? No, I can't. That's Billy Reichel. Reichel? I don't know. I'll try to find out. Eric, is there even an announcement? Yeah, there were a couple of announcements. One, we made some announcements about talking points. We're getting hit pretty hard and criticized by some for saying that we're stealing delegates because, according to the mainstream media, Mitt Romney already has the nomination. So what are you guys doing? You're spoilers. You're winning these conventions. And we need you to help us point out in the comments and in your blogs that the delegates we're winning now, we won in January and in February. We won them when our people were elected as precinct delegates. And we said that. Dr. Paul said we won a lot of delegates tonight because we had a lot of people participate in the caucus. They won. They got elected as delegates to go to the district convention where we also won, and new delegation, smaller delegation, was elected to represent the districts to go to state. So Minnesota wasn't a victory last Saturday. That's the culmination of what started on February 11th. So it's not like a train we can stop. It's a process, an ongoing process. And it's not our obligation and not our duty to spend our money to help organize state conventions for Mitt Romney. It's our duty to organize our own state conventions and our own people at our own state conventions, and that's what we've done. And it's not unfair, and it's the process we said we'd be involved in, and it's the process we told them we did better than what they thought. Their own news media's ignorance and incompetence and falsely reporting to the American people about what happened in these state caucuses long ago, and now they're waking up and they're surprised. They still don't understand it. But we need your help. You understand it. We need your help in your comments to kindly, respectfully point out that everybody has a right to participate in democracy, not just the Romney people. And our people waited and participated and went through the process, and they have a right when they're elected as delegates. They have a right to be those delegates, and we need your help. We need your help to identify. If you are an elected delegate in a state, we don't know about it, and you're not in touch with the national campaign, get in touch with us, dougwead@gmail.com, or if you've got campaign headquarters, keep emailing in there till you get a hold of somebody who will respond and will get you plugged in. Thank you very much for all that you're doing. Mike Wallace, national. Oh, hey, Mike. I see his face there. I know him. National delegate-elect from Maine. The Republican Party is ripe for being influenced by the young Ron Paul energy. That was another announcement for tonight. We are getting some criticism in the mainstream media from some journalists and some commentators who are saying, well, the Ron Paul delegates are going to cause mischief at the RNC in Tampa, and it's not fair, and they should be stopped and blocked, and conventions should retroactively take away their delegations. And because they said in 1992, Pat Robertson and Pat Buchanan spoke, and they were the core and the base of the party, and they needed to focus for the general election. Well, the answer to that in your blogs and your comments and emails is this is 1992. It is not 2012. And, or it is not 1992. It's late. It is 2012. And this is not Pat Buchanan or Pat Robertson. This is Dr. Ron Paul. And his following are young people. They are Hispanics. They are independents. Welcome to the future. They are Democrats. You shut out Ron Paul, you're not going to win the general election because you need independents to win the general election. You need Hispanics to win the general election. When they held the convention in Clark County, the precinct caucus, they had rules to turn off the microphone if a Hispanic came to the microphone because they knew they would be for Ron Paul. In Minnesota, rules were passed down, verbal rules that if anybody's under the age of 50, don't vote for them as a delegate because they knew if they're under the age of 50, they're for Ron Paul. This has got to stop. if you want to win this general election, let the young people and the Hispanics and the independents who came into the GOP and duly got elected in the GOP as delegates, let them participate without harassment, without disqualifying them, without cheating or rigging the election to stop them. Let's have a fair election. And your best chance to win is if it's fair. Well, we're done tonight, and my thanks to all of you for your involvement. And I will try to address some of these issues in a blog this week. Thank you for your patience. Sorry for the technical difficulties we had tonight, and we'll try to get all this ironed out for the future. God bless everybody, and thanks for all you're doing for Ron Paul.